And you were saying that your grandma mainly raised you, right? What did your parents do for work?
Oh shit, my grandmother basically raised all of us type shit.
Hmm.
She pretty much raised all of us. But what my mom's, um, you know, my mom's was really a street. She was in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace. My mom's was a Latin queen, and she really did a lot of hustling. She just was, she didn't really have a job like that. Um, I remember her doing a lot of street pharmaceuticals, let's say. You know what I'm saying? My dad was a chef though. So my dad, ever since he came here, he'd been working as a chef, and he always worked hard and all that. My grandmother was a police officer, um, and my grandfather, he was a CO in Rikers Island.
Wow, so you got like all the different elements around you then, right? So you got like the street element, and then you got like kind of the police side of it with your grandma, and then your grandfather, he was a CEO. So you had like a lot of different things around you.
Yeah, yeah, I had a lot of different. It was kind of like, you know how it is, man. It was kind of like a melting pot, man. Everybody was trying to survive in one way or another, and just coming up in the area where my mom was at, where we was at. It was just, you had to get it by any means. Like, you had to just, you know what I'm saying. Like, some people had the ability and the opportunities to work hard and get up out of there, but some people was just stuck in the street shit, unfortunately. So that's just what it was. We had the hard working element, because in the Latino culture, it's just, it's a lot of hard workers. You know what I'm saying? So we never we got that instilled in us early. You know what I'm saying? Go out there and work hard for yours. So we had that element, but then we also came up in an area where it was, impoverished, and people did what they had to do to feed their families.
Right. And I know you mentioned earlier, although Puerto Rico is considered a part of the US, it's still almost like you immigrating to the US from Puerto Rico. It's almost like cast it aside, really. So definitely when you come to the country like that, it's like that hustler like mentality, that hard work ethic is like instilled in you.
Yeah, right, exactly. Cause you're not sure where your next meal gonna come in. You know what I'm saying? I remember as a kid, and thank God for my grandmother and everybody who was in charge of making us good when we was kids. Like, we never really felt um like I would say, like, the parents would go hungry before the kids. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Absolutely.
they make sure the kids ate, and that also was something that I peeped at an early age too, which instilled a lot of responsibility. Like, if you able to go out there and get it, then you should be out there getting it. You know what I'm saying?
You said that your mom passed away. Rest in peace to her. Is your father still with us today?
My father is still with us today.
Yeah,
Yep,
thank
he
God for
sure is.
that.
Man. Shout out to my pops, man. He's out there, still working hard, man. He's a very stubborn. Latinos are very stubborn, but he gonna work until he can't no more. I feel
Hmm.
like, you know what I'm saying. So that just been him our whole lives. You know what I'm saying. So much respect to him for still doing what he do. You know what I mean.
Yeah. So when you're growing up, are you closer to your parents or to your grandparents since they were the ones that was raising you?
I was closer to my grandmother. I had a pretty intense childhood. Like I said, my mom's was in and out of jail or whatnot from doing what she was doing on the streets. So I really had my grandmother really raising me. So, I was really closer to my grandmother at first when we was in the city, and then when we moved to Long Island, New York, things changed up a little bit, and and I wasn't really close with anybody at that point. My aunt took care of us. My titi Lucy, rest in peace. She also passed away recently. She took care of us when we came out here. She really, she was really like a strong woman in our family as well. All the women in our family super strong. Shouts to all the women in my family, man. But it was hard, man. Like, at first when we was younger, we was close. I mean, at least when I was younger, but as I started to get older, as you start to realize more and more, you see, the closeness kind of everybody doing their own thing. Life gets in the way. So I can't really say I was really close to too many people. My grandmother, she raised me, and she was the one that instilled certain things upon me. My mother, she taught me about the streets. You know what I'm saying? My father, he instilled hard work into me. You know what I'm saying? So everybody had their elements, but including the streets. Streets raised me too. So I was close. I was close with. I guess you could say I was close with who I was with at the time and the circumstance. There was a lot of moving around as a child. Like we wasn't in a stable position. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.